Hey everybody, and welcome back to Local Farmer's Diary. I am your local farmer, Johnny, and it is late winter. It is February. Well, we've had a dose of kind of warm temperatures. So we're going to take advantage of that and get out into the field and do a little plowing. Wanted to catch you up to speed on kind of what's been going on down here, Bucks County, at our sheep farm. Well, the most important thing of note is that, we've bought some new machinery. Got ourselves a case plow back here. It is a bit bigger, obviously, than the subsoiler we were using last year. Or should I say, I guess, last year, last calendar year, given the fact that it is February and all. But with some of our land acquisitions and everything, I felt, you know what, it's probably beneficial if we make equipment upgrades, and the price was right on this piece of equipment. We went ahead and picked it up. We've also done a few other upgrades. Gotta remember, the thing is a bit wider than other stuff. I'm gonna have to replace that guy's mailbox for sure. Any rate, also made a few other changes with our machinery. We've upgraded our planter, upgraded our tedder, and everything. So we are pretty much going to rock and roll here. Also had a perfect opportunity to put a second coat of manure down on all of our fields. We'll be all ready to go come springtime. Once the ground temps come up to a desirable level, we'll go ahead and start getting that seed in the ground. Something else of note is we may have ourselves a line on some used, smaller onion and carrot harvesting equipment. So you know that Frank came by and did all of our harvesting last year. We documented that on the show. And Frank used obviously this big self-propelled harvester to do that work. Something that would be far, far more investment that we could put into it. I think it was like $500,000 was just the harvester, let alone the different headers that he needed in order to get the various crops out of the ground. But we don't have that type of money to invest in harvesting equipment, but we might be able to squeeze out one or both of these harvesters. One is for carrots, one is for onions. Not quite as big, but yeah, something to look forward to, something to kind of save away. We're down to $61,000 last year's harvest. That includes some money we made selling the silage bales to our local dairy farmer. They've all been collected off the field at this point. Them off the field back January when it was a bit colder. The ground was still frozen. I have to say this New Holland has been really, really good for us. Particular plow, Case was telling me we needed, they're recommending 280 horsepower to pull this thing through the dirt. But I took a gamble on it, knowing that our tractor here was only 240 horsepower. You know what? Getting the job done. You're doing it a little bit slower than we'd be, expecting to see with a bigger tractor, but still getting the job done. Really impressed with the T7 here. And quite the workhorse. Also lambed a few sheep. Got some more getting ready to birth out here soon enough. Great, because you know what? I don't have too much more time left before it's time to start shearing the sheep again, so to speak. I think I'm gonna cheat, go in here and grab myself a bear claw while I wait for Raz to come out here. He said he was going to be out well after 4 o'clock. So we'd already be up here in the field, a new field, dragging the new plow through, and if you wanted to get some aerial footage of us using the new plow, that would be a perfect opportunity to do that. Well, I don't see him here yet, so leave this thing running. This Case 870. I'm gonna run in here, grab a bear claw, and maybe he'll be here by the time we get back out. Let's just checking out this poster here. Looks like, take that down, that's from last month. The owner of this shop, they like the old advertisements. They intermix old ads with new ads. That poster, that's from last month. He Raz's car over there, so yeah, we're good to go now. Good to go. As I was saying, that this isn't the biggest disc, for sure, but about as big as we're going to be able to pull with our machinery, and it's still wider than what we worked with last year. New seeder, we'll see that here soon enough, but it's about the same width as this piece of machinery too. So we've increased our working width a little bit compared to where we were last year. That'll help us get through the fields a bit quicker. Hell, it's been getting warm because the trees are starting to bud out. A little bit early for them yet, but when we get these warm temperatures, they don't have a calendar. Realize that it's warming up and sap starts to flow. Bark starts to get a little warm, and next thing you know, Leaves are starting to bud out. Hopefully we don't have a cold snap. Set the trees back because they are starting to look oh so pretty with the green. Really helps you come out of that winter funk. I have to say, when trees start to leave out, early spring flowers come up. Grass start to come back. And before we know it, we're going to be cutting clover again. Days are still pretty short though. 4:30 and well, looking at the shadows here beside the tractor. Shadows are starting to get kind of long. Before we know it, it's going to be sundown and we're still going to be out here plowing this field. But as I was saying when we were starting the video, starting this episode, I gotta make do with what you've got available. And but ground's warming up a little bit to the point where we can get out here and start scratching at the soil. Then it means it's time to get out here and start scratching at the soil, because you just don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Put off what you can do today or tomorrow. You might just be regretting that decision when tomorrow comes and you've got a mechanical breakdown or the weather turns against you and you find yourself basically in a condition where you need to get jobs done, just don't have the time to do it because of fortunate breakdowns or, as I've said, weather. I can't tell you how many times we've had our planting cut short because of bad weather. Had our fair share of crop lost due to early frost, early snow, causing us not to be able to get things in. Heck, we've had years where we've had hurricanes come up the Atlantic, landfall in Ocean City, Maryland, make their way inland. Before you know it, we've got a week of just steady pouring rain. The worst opportune moment. It doesn't directly rain out harvest. Well, it makes it so that the fields are just so soppy and soupy. There's no way you're going to get a big piece of machinery in here to harvest. Well, crop just rots in the ground. So, thing you learn early as a farmer: never put off for tomorrow what you can do today. One day you just might not be able to do it anymore. Something else that's important about this these new pieces of machinery is it puts us in a position where we might be able to help out some other local farmers that maybe are a little bit behind in their work. But being done our job a little sooner, go out there and help them get their jobs accomplished. Because you know what? Good fortune follows you around. So if you're gonna help somebody out, then turnabout is fair play. One day when you're gonna need help, hopefully they're going to be available to turn that favor around. Especially look after your own neighbors. You never know. Tomorrow, we might be in the same predicament they were in yesterday. Go ahead and turn on our work lights here. It's kind of dark coming around some parts of this field with the trees and all. So with the line on the on this potato, or not potato, but the line on this carrot and onion harvesting equipment makes me wonder if maybe we should just concentrate on carrots and onions this year and forego planting cabbage crop. Meaning we wouldn't have to call Frank in. We wouldn't have to pay his 25%. And possibly make us a little bit more self-sufficient. Those are some of the things that we are thinking about here on the farm. Or do we just concentrate on one crop? If that is one crop, which one? Do we focus our efforts on carrots? Focus our efforts on onions? Double down and just plant cabbage? Call Frank in and hope we have a bumper crop type year. And maybe we're in a position where we can free ourselves of Frank entirely next year. Hard to say. Don't really sour the market either. Saturating it with too much of any one product. Guys, this is your host. Well, I'm going to just bump out of character a little bit for the rest of this video. I'd say when this mod came out in Mod Hub, I saw it and I was like, oh, that would work perfectly for our Bucks County playthrough. Wanting a nice disc like this. There is already one case disc. I think it more or less does cultivation. So when I saw this one did plow, it's perfect for us. Really nice model. I like how we've got now the springing going on with the ripper key and springs on the roller baskets in the back. So I do kind of think that with the roller baskets, maybe we should be leaving a cultivation texture more than a plow texture. I don't know. I mean, that's just my thoughts on that. And then some of the upgraded equipment that we've got, we're going to see later on, but it's basically from the new Hooverland Icon pack. I went ahead and upgraded, got rid of the Kuhn subsoiler, Kuhn cultivator, the power harrow, and the seeding equipment. And in its replacement, we've got the Cooverland. We've got a Cooverland seeder with the front seed hopper. And I believe that seeder includes a power harrow on it. So we don't really need to worry about cultivating this field. Leave it in its plowed state. And I'll pull the seeder over this, and then power harrow would, in theory, remove the furrows and provide a nice seed bed. Went ahead and plowed the field behind it with this disc the other day. Kind of wanted to do this video here as we are in late winter. I'll go ahead and put one more layer of manure on this field, so it will be up to its second layer of fertilization like all the other fields are. That way everything is pretty much starting in the spring from the same starting point. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm enjoying creating the videos and coming up with the stories to share. Definitely not going to play this map like we did on Emerald Coast for 7 game years or anything like that. In fact, I'm thinking that probably we'll finish out our second year, and then that will be probably it for this particular map. Mostly because, well, there's just so much I want to do. So many maps out there, not enough time to really play them, and to some degree sometimes I envy you guys that can really just, I think sometimes creating content can be sometimes feel a little restrictive. The sensation, the feel that we need to get the content out there to make the series. Not that I don't want to play the map, just that that commitment to put towards Local Farmer's Diary as an end result means that there are certain things I can't do because I have to think about my time investment and everything. So there's plenty of maps that I've turned down, but plenty of maps that I've just kind of not taken a second look at and not really fallen too far head over heels for, because I knew that it's just the reality of the fact is that there's just no time to do that. As of the recording of this video, I do know that the map author has submitted the video. Map author has submitted this map to Giants at least once at this point. I think it came back with a fairly long list of items to be looked at. I think he's worked through those items, and he may have even submitted the map a second time to Giants. It's possible at the point that this video comes out that the map's even been released on the Mod Hub. I am recording this a little bit ahead of time. Again, I'm going to keep to a schedule, and we're pretty much committed to for a few years now to provide farm sim content Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So sometimes in order to do that, we batch our content creation. And I might hammer out 3-4 videos over the period of 4 or 5 days, which allows me to get a little bit of a head and allows me to play other stuff for a few days and not really feel like I'm getting behind. Or, as is lots of times, the random map get released. So an evening that was going to be dedicated towards pre-recorded creation all of a sudden becomes doing a map video or 2 or 3. Gosh, so there's been days where we've had 3 maps get released in the same day. So that is a very busy time. So again, I know some folks, some content creators are, you'll get a video when you get a video. There's no set schedule, but I like to have a set schedule because I like to think that guys are interested in the content, and part of that is showing a commitment to you guys. You all have subscribed to the channel, so you're interested in the content, and as a result, I want to be able to provide you a decent stream of content out there to keep your interest. Thank you for the sub. So along those lines, I want to say, hey, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, what's holding you back? Looking at my statistics, it's pretty interesting that close to 80% of the views on the channel are from non-subscribers. 80% are from fly-by-night people, I guess. Folks that are here today, gone tomorrow. So I'll put out there the question. For those that watch the video or watch multiple videos on the channel that don't subscribe, why not just click that little button and subscribe to the content? There's no cost to it. You might get a notification saying there's new content. Maybe you don't want notifications. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I just find it curious that there's such a large percentage of the viewer base either here for one video and gone, or maybe they're repeat customers consuming the content but just not wanting to make that big jump and hit subscribe. So that, I think I've rambled on long enough, both as Johnny, the persona of the Local Farmer's Diary narrator, and as myself. So if you liked the video, please go ahead and click that like button. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the video? What do you think of the series? What do you think of this mod? I really like it. A little disappointed in some of the Cougarland Vicon cultivators that didn't have near the animations that this thing has. I think that's kind of a missed opportunity there with Giants. What do y'all think? And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.